Well, good afternoon. 2:42 p.m. in Vernon, British Columbia. It's pretty chilly for March. I mean, it's not cold or anything, but it's cold breeze. Waiting for spring. That's what I'm waiting for, and that's for sure. Anyway, I hope you're all doing well, and that you're glad that winter is just about over. And I'd like to spiel off a little bit today about, I was watching Elon Musk here talking away about stuff here just a few minutes ago. It triggered me into thinking, you can be as educated as you like, you can do all kinds of things, and you don't really know why you're here. And many people don't know why they're here. They don't even think about why they're here. He says got to go to Mars to, you know, keep the civilization going in case the Earth goes bad and blah blah blah. What? I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that because if you people haven't finished exploring this planet, much less Mars. I could see going to the moon, doing stuff there. If there's a reason they could use it for something. That's just like next door. And that's very, we've been there, it can be done, it's not a problem. You can go there and come back. And so, what I'm getting at is most people, it seems to me, don't grasp the idea that this is a temporary life. You're here for a reason to make up your mind about God one way or the other. God has given you this opportunity. And everything that God does is humongous scale compared to us. It's like standing in a hallway and looking down at a little speck that you can barely see on the floor, and then that would be us looking up at God, who would be many times that. The thing is, everything God does is on such a scale that, I mean, it's pretty hard to follow it and understand it. Remember, Jesus said, "I go to prepare a place for you, that where I am, you can be also." Now, when you read what it is, and you can read it as well as I can, 1,200 stadia, 1,500 miles square, 1,500 miles high. You can't even imagine a city that size. And the other thing that should blow your mind is that according to Revelation, all the stuff in this great city is slanted and directed towards Israelites. Naming things, gates, stairs, whatever, foundations, 12 tribes of Israel, 12 steps, 12 gates, 12 tribes of Israel, the lost 12 tribes of, basically not 12, it's 10. Now you say, God is not going to say, "Oh, we can't just have Israelites here in this kingdom of God." No, we have to make sure we have diversity and blah, 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 blah. I doubt it. I don't think for one thing, he would not even talk or say that. He would be so diverse you couldn't get diverse because he's made everything that way. Here, it's like, if one group thinks they're better than another and whatever, and then all of a sudden, we have got to be so holy and so good that we've got to have these other people come in and, you know, whatever. We'll have to cut down for whatever. Yeah, well, maybe. I don't know if that's, I don't know if God deals that way at all. I think he'd rather they all did well. The the thing is that people who plan for the protection of the environment and to make sure that the earth survives for blah, blah, they're going against God's plan. God's the one that has the plan. God's the one that decides the plan, not his little minions that he created. But that's what it is. And it's getting so that if you want to say anything against that, oh boy, you should be in jail. We should fine you. You shouldn't be able to say anything. You shouldn't be able to be on the internet because we don't like you saying things like that. Man. Well, you know, the thing is, I can't really describe it to you too good to you, but it seems to me that, you know, this planet is going to be dissolved by fire, purified, and renewed. God said, I make a new heaven and a new earth. He forgot to tell us how big he's going to make it. But obviously it's going to have to be way bigger than this planet because his city wouldn't fit on it otherwise. You know, you got to put that in your pipe and smoke it. Now the thing is that the whole world, and it's getting, I shouldn't say the whole world, but the world more or less every day is coming, getting in your face like, you know, if that it's so has lost any fear of God. That's for sure. That's a pretty big thing, you know. What's the result of that going to be? If they don't fear the creator of the universe who created them and everything else, and who has a set of laws and rules and plans that he's going to do, and he's asking you to go along with it and believe him and live in a world, a new world with him forever. For instance, this new world that he's talking about, the new kingdom. I don't imagine there's anything like money. There wouldn't be any money there. No money whatsoever. And I guess there'd be no reason to have money. Everything you wanted would be around you or wherever else, all the time. That's hard to grasp, isn't it? No money, no two races and, you know, none of that. Just one group of sons that he says that he wants as a family. And obviously it's because he wants them to do things with him. You know, gladly and thoroughly 100%. And a lot of it is, I don't know, worship type things or something. The thing is, people can't imagine why you would worship somebody continually. It would have to be because he is beyond one thing. He's a humongous thing that changes and is forever and is always new and always old and everything, all at once. It's got to be something like that because, you know, the idea, I could say, otherwise, you know, nobody wants to get bored forever. or anything like that. And I don't think that would ever happen. I think that your eyes would be wide open 24 hours a day. Only there's no 24 hours. There's no time. There's no more time. Time doesn't exist in that world. There's no such time. I honestly think it's like time is like the end of this deal right here. It's just there. It's there. It's always there. It's there now. Oh, it's there now. It's there. Oh, it's there. It's there. It's there. It's just there. You're just in time. All the time. That is, there's no time like we have. There's no today, tomorrow, and this afternoon, and everything's now. That's hard to grasp things like that, isn't it? Get the old brain working as hard as you like, and it's still hard to get it around it. But the thing is, there is so much that God has to actually show his children, his sons, that there's most likely no end of these things. He's most likely unlimited. Now, isn't that something to look forward to? You know, this life just pales in comparison. It really does. Now, people they say things like, to be a good person, you should not discriminate against anyone. Well, that's most likely true in one sense. But if you don't discriminate against somebody who does something that you don't believe in, not because you don't believe in it, because God does not believe in it, and God does not like it. If you fuzz that over and say, oh, I've got to be a good guy, I've got to, love everybody. Well, God says he loves everybody, but he also says, if you do this, if you do that, you're going to be on your own. I'm not going to protect you. And you make sure he waits for a long time to let people try to get around it. I'm actually afraid to be the way the world wants you to be. Because if you do that, if you want to be the way the world wants you to be, you are not going to be in line with what God wants you to be. Now, who's the winner? Who's the big boss? Who's got all the power? Not the world. Not the people around you. You see them born and die every day. They come and go. That's it. That's what you're going to follow? Well, then you got a pretty shallow deal. Yeah, it's amazing when I think about it. When Jesus said, "I go to prepare a place for you," and then you read what this place is. Whew, building a place like that. Can you imagine that? Mind you, according to the Bible, and according to what God has said, that Jesus is the Creator. The Word spoke, and it was so. All things were created by Him. All things. We're coming up to spring sometime here now. I don't know, maybe the end of this month, maybe next month. Did you know that in the Bible, God's spring comes on Abib, the 12th of Abib in the Jewish calendar or something like that. I guess that's what it is. The 12th of Abib is like April. 10th, 12th of April in this calendar. And that's the start of a new year. Not just spring, it's start of the new year. But he considers a start of a new year to be the start of new nature, growth, bliss, life. That's when the new year starts. The old year is over. It was dead in the winter and it's coming to life again. And when it comes to life, he says, that's spring. Now, I can believe that, and I can agree with that. Totally. Just like when it gets to be about 5:15 tonight, it'll be sunset. That means this day is over, according to God. And a new day starts. I can't argue with that. That makes way too much sense to me. The thing that God does and preaches and writes about and says in his plan are things that are actually, very simple. They're not fancy things to try to figure out. They're very down to earth, simple. And it's man who twists everything around and makes it complicated. That's a fact. It really does. And the way the world goes and the way it's going to go is, it's an amazing thing. If you actually take the time to figure out what's going to happen and read what the plan is. All you got to do is read the book of Revelation, really. Jesus Christ lays it all out for you. And, it's there. And I think that's pretty interesting time of life to be alive. I don't know how soon it's going to happen. I'm pretty sure it's going to drag out for a while yet because, things are going to get so bad till there's just absolutely no excuse anymore. None. Not one bit. Yeah. But anyway, the good thing is to look forward to is that it's spring. Means I'll be 90, April 22nd. That's not too far from now. And I don't know. I guess I have to look forward to that. Then what's going to happen? Oh, what comes after 90? 91? I don't know. We'll find out. And that's the one thing about it. We all will find out. With that, I'm going to say good night, goodbye, and God bless you.